Hmm. What on earth do I do now? As I wait, well, I need to find myself a screen. Make something for when I'm not doing anything. Instead of just constantly being visible. Okay. Just wait for that. Okay. This. Hey. Hey. Alright. Hold on. Sorry for those of you watching. I guess my live viewers. I'm just getting set up. Um, I'll need that open. We're gonna keep things simple today. We're not gonna go too long. I'll be right back. Okay. Wait, this isn't correct. Hold on. See, I'm running a bit late today, that's why. My setup is not as good as I'd hope it would be. Alright. Just so you can hear me. But so far the plan today is just, well, I guess the plan is to just do stuff. Oh, what's this stuff? Oh my goodness.
Captain Falcon.
Three-star. Down switch. Alright. Start match time limit. Fire. Self-destructs. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 characters already. It's fun to hear. Alright, I'll turn the CPU first a little bit. I'm not used to this one. But I will be. I'll get used to it. Where's Battlefield? I don't think I have Battlefield. Oh, whatever. Okay, this is scriptures. The controls are not correct. And I'm gonna...
No contest.
I'm gonna fix this control. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Where are they? Go. Oh no, you can't configure controls in this game. Can you? Oh hey, ooh, ooh. Sorry I'm late today. I got distracted and I had to have a bath and I was in a rush setting everything up. Mail on the menu. Well, I was playing something else, but I decided to play Melee while I guess wait for someone. I don't know. But silly me, I have just learned that you can't exactly customize the controls, or at least not from the looks of it. So it's gonna be a little difficult for me because I'm not used to these controls because I use since I have an Xbox controller here I use A to jump and that would be B on a Nintendo.
Ready? Go.
But I'll manage. But I do remember what I said the other. You remember what I said last night on your stream? I'm not exactly familiar with Melee. But, yeah. I'll learn it all the same. I'll learn just like theaters. Doesn't seem to be an independent grab button. At least I don't think it is. Yes, a lot of games used to, but yes. I feel like maybe this wouldn't be so bad if I were playing on a actual. If I had the GameCube controller, you know, like every Smash player says, you gotta have that GameCube controller. I never used one in my life, surprisingly. Man, I've been playing Smash Ultimate as of late. It shows because you know the layer entries you really feel the you really feel the fucking tidy up mechanic. And for years, yes, I have not used one. I mean, isn't the one for Switch expensive? Oh no. Hold on to this first stock as best I can. Saw preference for sure. I just never really had the opportunity to, is the thing. Because I'm not exactly someone who lived during the GameCube times, as you could tell. Oh. I'll carry him off the top. Yeah. Eesh. Third-party GameCube controllers, they last a while. Okay. So the official ones don't last. Or it's because the old ones are old and a time is them doing them. One day, I will.
Choose your character.
One day I will try the GameCube controller. Because it looks interesting. Maybe one day I will buy a GameCube. I feel like if Smash would less pink at least once in careers. You should definitely try it one day. No, I will. I will. Alright, let's play someone else. Now, this colorness, very specific, I'll have you know. This is the color my sis always uses. Because she's a Ness main. A lot of people don't like fighting Ness, but I kind of had to develop a I don't know, C-Stick's not. C-Stick's not doing smash attacks like I like it. Yeah, she plays Ness a lot, like. Oh my gosh. What the hell? What's my jump button? I wouldn't know who you use. I'll show you a fine one someday. Oh, by the way, if you notice, I'm using a new voice changer. Because I really didn't like that old one. Look at this. Mario? Yeah, Mario's always good. Well, same chaos as always. Yeah. But yeah, I'm using a new voice. I'm using a new voice changer, so let me know what you think, cause this'll. Oh. Alright. I see what the challenge is here. I like this new one. Yeah, I do too, and that's good to hear, cause it's been a while since I heard this old Ness voice. Yeah, when I said the other night, last night I was playing, air dodge puts you in special fall. There's directional air dodges in this game. Air dodging in general puts you in special fall scenes. How hard was it to find this one or get it working? Oh, it wasn't hard. In fact, I had this for a while. I think I might have played it with Mum and Sis, but I can't remember. I've not played this one. I've not played a lot of Melee. But, one thing for sure, I play a lot of Smash in my life in general. Smash in general throughout my life. Ah, give me that. Thank goodness. Come on. You know how this goes. Alright. I don't know where this carousel. I can't. Yes. Just they're not. Ah. I'm getting lost in my words. It's just controls. These controls are really. It's in our. This is our steep learning curve, like with 64. Like, I'm not used to this. Like, I've been playing too much Smash Ultimate. And like, that was so fluid and all that, so. I mean, it's like a like, that's like a several year difference. That's like a decade or two. It was, um, hmm. What is no R for you? These points, well, what's this? Is this a get them here? Get the trophies in? Oh. I don't know if the smooth controls. You're talking about wave dashing? So. Oh. I mean, it's not. I don't have too much of a problem with these controls. It's just this tap jump I don't like. Like, I don't know. It's like sometimes it just. Like, if my C stick, if my right stick were doing the C stick motions, would be a lot happier right now. Because then I wouldn't have to try so hard to smash attack. But it doesn't seem to want to work. But, oh man. We're almost at the end. Oh, we got a DK wrap. Oh yeah. Damn it. Oh, in the river. Up a bomb. God. Oh, the button layout. It's jarring since I was just playing Smash earlier. Like I was just playing Smash. How many Donkey Kongs are there? Yeah,
Continue.
this is what we need in Ultimate. Well, it's just what we do have it in Ultimate.
Team Donkey Kong.
It's in there. Alright, that's good. PSD. I got a lot of songs in. Oh no, it seems like... Okay, first of all, these camera angles are horrendous. We do? The map is in there. Yes! Now he's got a parasol, now he's gonna start harassing me with that. Check that later. Well, this I can guarantee you, because I'm not exactly good with trying to smash attack. It's not coming out. Fine, we're gonna do this. There. I don't know.
Race to the finish.
I doubt Melee actually plays like this. Like, I'm pretty sure if I had a GameCube, this would play a lot nicer. This would feel a lot. What? Are there multiple goals? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to doing the review video, like, hovering. You know, I often do Ness Dittos with sister, and even though Ness has tools to deal with his own friggin' PK fire, I still gotta hit her with this. Stop grabbing me. Jabs. I did not. Yeah. Get fire! So now I've picked Ness for this. There, the back throw. That's so it's the one thing that stays true with Ness all the time. It's back throw. I know we gotta fight the hand fight. I will say, I'm much more fine with. Not exactly. I play a lot of classic and ultimate, and I'm not. I really don't like how classic mode is in ultimate. I mean, it's nice to see everyone has different routes, but I mean, that's like. I mean, that's this. That is what how. It's nice to see all the different routes and references they make, but after a while, it just gets very tiring having to fight hands over and over. Like, I definitely get tired of this fighting ultimate with two hands. But here, I'm not so much tired. It's a close one. Oh. I was worried I had to do and continue, but I did. I always liked the boss fight in Smash. Me too, I always liked them. It's just that Plastic Mo has definitely made me very tired of fighting the hand duo. Because they do it so often, and yeah, some of the this this is something. Space Shooter credits. This is probably the best they'll ever be in this series, I think. But as I was saying, I just find the hands. The hand duo just gets overused in Ultimate, so I'm a little tired. And I prefer it. I prefer it by the other boss. Well, I mean, it's not bad, but oh, what can I say? More games need to make the guys fun like this. Yeah.
Congratulations!
Yeah. By the way, speaking of Melee, I always play the Melee theme in my Smash Ultimate menu. Don't know why. I just like it.
Ready? Go!
Yeah, I knew we have a character unlocked. Warning. Challenger approaching. Yeah, it's just buff. Alright. Got the nest trophy and say one thing. Alright. I have to say, why do I 6? Yeah, computers. I just walk into some sometimes. Noticed there was an invisibility item in this game. That's pretty neat. But I look forward to covering this. I look forward to covering this one. This is gonna be fun. There's like a lot. Like, got a few things here. But it's do something else right now. Change gears. Switch games. Alright, what else? I would, honestly, I would, have you written any ideas, notes so far? No. So, no, unfortunately, I'm still working on this video for Netflix's DMC season 2. Eh, I should have finished that script by now, but I've been too pretty distracted doing other things, like practicing drawing and all that. And I've also been spending a lot of my time just playing Smash on Switch with my sis, because, I don't know, Smash is like an addiction almost. It was pretty late last night, but when I saw you streaming Smash, I decided I had to see this. I had to stop by for a bit. Alright, I got an interesting idea for a game to play. Just gotta wait a bit. Um, the travesty that is Netflix is still haunting me. I wouldn't say I'm being haunted. Like I've gotten over it mostly. I wouldn't say gotten over it. I'm still thinking about it still gets on my nerves, but I'm definitely far past. I definitely moved past my initial outrage because I spent months being upset about it and bugging my family about it, of saying the same thing over and over, annoying them with the topic. But I'm done doing that. I'm done letting this show get the better of me. I'm the root, like, really, the reason I'm not really doing this script is because I don't want to give this show any more unnecessary time. But this is completely necessary time because this is for a video I'm going to cover. And I will do it. But, nah, just gotta make sure. I'll open the script. I'll open up the document file so I can remind myself to do it after a stream. I don't want to be here too long because my supper wasn't exactly filling, so I gotta make something more to eat, so. But, alright, so this game I've not played on stream at all. So, how does Persian Grey Raven sound? Let's play a bit of this today. Okay, no. Oh no. You haven't really seen this game too much, so. PG on the menu now? Yeah. Alright, we got a pretty. Alright, we got a cool character up right now. And I figure might as well. And I have enough to get the character. So I figure might as well save it till stream. But this here is the weekly boss challenge, which you go for a high score. Beat the boss fast as you can. And get used to this, because this is what the game comes down to after a while. It does look like a visual mess, and it is. I mean, it's really as simple as this.
Keep fighting till suffering's grip loosens its hold.
But I would say it's better than whatever the hell Mihayo makes. Like that game Genshin Impact, that game. Apparently Sis played Genshin Impact for some time, but completely fallen off the game. And I understand because I tried it for like 5 minutes and stopped because I could see where this was going. Same vulnerable states. I can't hit them. That's... Ugh. Is this better than Genshin Impact? Yes. Couldn't even play that game because it was just so... Could not even play that game because it was just so... It was so slow and I could like tell like, if this is what the game is gonna be like.
Shall witness a fresh victory. Don't worry.
Leave it, let's regroup.
I no longer fear death. I will never give up.
Oh. Yeah, that game was just,
It's not
like
our
I could
style
tell.
to stop now.
I could tell. Like, if this is what the game was gonna be like, this slow, like, your run in Genshin is like nothing. It uses stamina, and it barely makes you go fast. And I also really do not like the idea of putting mobility, you know, behind. In Genshin, I heard they gave these mobility abilities, traversal abilities behind characters. You know, the limited characters you may probably end up spending 400 on. And that's not me being hyperbolic. They do tell you that it could cost that much. But yeah. So you want to swim faster? Go through lava? You better get that character. Terrible. This game here doesn't exactly have any maps or stuff like that. No nonsense like that. There's no fast travel? No, there definitely is a fast travel. This is when you want to travel on foot and explore the open world. You're gonna have a more difficult time if you don't spend. They're collectible. I did not. Like I said, I played for 5 minutes, like probably literal 5 minutes, and then stopped. Cause that's it. In fact, I don't really play anything made by miHoYo nowadays, cause they're all bad. And these games are not exactly something I spend a lot of time on, but stuff like Punishing Great Wave and Wuthering Waves. These two games are made by Kuro, and there's Shift Ups Nikkei. These are at least enjoyable. It's enjoyable enough to stick around. I already completed this, but there's another mode, Warzone, which is endless waves in a certain time limit, and you aim for the highest score. And you can see it. I rank 8th this week. Is this something you have to really concern yourself? Concern yourself with? You go to formulaic too, I bet. I don't really know, but I will say that Star Rail. I spent a long time playing Star Rail, and that was. That was when that game was when I woke up and realized just how crap
And don't get hurt by my stripes.
it was. Like a gacha RPG. That is a recipe for disaster.
Okay. Where?
It's literally just flashy colors and nods. It's literally just pretty animations and flashy colors. Which, you know, it looks nice, but it may look nice, but in terms of gameplay, it's definitely a pay to win. Not exactly pay to win, like you have to spend, get those characters and upgrades. But it's certainly affects the gameplay alright. Like you want like imagine playing a JRPG with damaged sponges. Like it's just awful. Oh. Jeez.
Is that the best you can do? My blade. Life and death are but a moment apart. Hold back. Now you're on the other side of the line. Give up.
Yeah, I'm getting lost. Look, what I'm saying is Star Rail's bad. And I've played it long enough, so I have the right to say this. Like, I didn't play Star Rail for that. What do I get for doing this mode? Well, every week you do get an abundance of cards. Black cards, which is used to get stuff, so there's that. But I already did it, so I'm basically going for a high score. But yeah, doing this mode is for the weekly challenge. It's weeklies. Will I always be here to do it? No, not necessarily, unless something I see that catches my interest as of late. But yeah. But I mean, it is kind of fun, honestly. Oh, and this is the micro store. In case you were wondering. And damn weeklies. Yeah, it's really just... Like, I bet you watching this is probably... Definitely not an ideal kind of game, but it's free, so it's free fun. So, there's that. Took a while to let me play ZZZ. I also spent a lot of time in, and let me tell you, it is not worth your time. It's not that. It wasn't. If it wasn't then, it definitely isn't now. It's not worth it ever. I mean, other games are just not good. Like, they look nice, but for me personally, I just can't get into them. Furo games here, with Punishing Grey Raven and Wuthering Waves, I can get into them because they're, you know, the story, the vibe, the identity, the story, like, the characteristic is a lot more, takes itself more seriously. Free to play is double-edged sword, yeah. Speaking of free to play, oh wait, first of all, let's get the new character. But I'm max pity, so I do get the character. Because guess what? In this game, you don't get 50-50. There are no 50-50s in this game.
Good morning, Commandant. Let us
Plus the
continue to
collabs
work
are a
hard
lot more
for
enticing.
humanity.
Yeah. But like I was saying, there are no 50-50s in this game. You get, when you roll for something, you get it 100% of the time. Unless it's like reruns, but as you know with these kind of games, Left Live Service, the new stuff always outdoes the old. But if you're someone like me, that doesn't really matter too much to you. But it is very nice that we don't have to worry about losing a 50-50. Wuthering Waves drops the ball on that completely because they do 50-50s in that one, which is diabolical. And just sad to see. But at least here, we don't have to put up with that. Speaking of collabs, Nikkei is collaborating with Persona. They had a little reveal. Nikkei is gonna collaborate with Persona. Which is it? Well, they're kind of leaving us to guess. It could be 5, 4, 3, or the question mark. I have a feeling, maybe. Gambling is real with these rules. Yeah. But it becomes a little bit of less. But when you have 100, when you're guaranteed the character you want, the gambling is a little lesser. It's still gambling, but you're gambling for when it drops. It's probably gonna be 5, let's be honest. I'm not really a fan of Persona, honestly. I never really cared too much. Like, if you remember a little conversation. You remember a little conversation on Discord a while back? My only I would maybe play 3, but I would definitely try 2. Because 2, like, the first 2 look like, the first 2 look vastly different. And 3 always had interest to me, but that was definitely when it started to branch off on its into its own thing. I guess the first 2 are closer to Shin Megami Tensei. I don't know. I never really played or cared about Atlas games, but I would give some a try. Yeah, I watched that Persona 5 playthrough, so I kind of see why. I can see the... Yeah, they are life-sim. They got daytimes and schedules and deadlines. Anyways. But let's get back to our polls here. We get this little animation here was recently added.
Every cursed path. Let the depths of hell be mine to endure.
This is what they do in Wuthering Waves, this little animation.
Want to
This
know what's
animation
like
right
to be
here
Why is it that you
is
look so eager?
this little animation here is all you would get for a while now. But recently they started making the polls and stuff. The graphics and the UI. All over the place. The UI in this game has been updated, so it looks nicer. They updated the UI and made the game prettier to an extent.
But it'll do.
And I think that's pretty nice. Like,
Babylonia's training program. Forget these practice dummies. Let's fight for a few rounds.
also, I have so much resources in this game that
Only sharpened through the crucible.
maxing out, maxing out to an extent is not difficult. Like, I kind of set for life, honestly, with the resources I've accrued here, because a while back there were speedrunning patches to the game to make the pretty scared about it, of course, yeah. Yes, Alpha here is Alpha here is one of the most popular characters. She's a certified cool character. And now she's finally gotten a new frame, which is a new unit.
A blade is only sharpened
it's
through the
been-
crucible.
It's been a long time since we had an alpha release. Guys, we got a crappy weapon. I won't bore you with the upgrades though, so we're gonna go into the event related stuff and try out the little training with the new kid, with her. Anyways, this here is the event screen. As you can tell, the visuals in this game are really nice, because that's one thing you can... I don't know what's the I mean, it's all part of the marketing, but you can always count on these damn... You can always count on these damn gacha games to have nice visuals. Like the visuals for Devil May Cry collab, gorgeous. Like seeing DMC and PGR was that was. I mean, it was too good. Like that was definitely one of the best. That was one. Honestly, that was one of the best experiences of a game I had as in a long time. They have to look at their games, yeah. Alright, so this here is the traditional practice stages. So we get to try the character for ourselves.
Come on. Come and face your end.
My model's not moving. Alright. Oh yeah, I should probably talk about this game's combat system. So first of all,
Against all odds.
this isn't and the fix is a red orb.
Not without.
Alright. The combat system in this game
My blade shall quench the fading light.
you think they'll do a single player game?
To perish,
You know?
to end. Abyss
Oh, look at this.
for me.
For instance, that looked a lot like Blade mode in Metal Gear Rising, but you know, I would definitely love. Do I think they would do it? That's a very. You know, I've been thinking of that for a long time. Like, if you. In case you haven't noticed, there's been an upwards trajectory. A lot of failed or would-be live service games have been turned into single-player games. Like Square Enix released a new Final Fantasy, or about to. It was going to be a gacha game, but they turned it into a regular game, which is very nice to see. And one of the highest performing games recently on Steam is Wind Rose, which was going to be a Assassin's Creed Black Flag-esque game that was live service, but it became a regular game, non-live service game, and so my hope is that we would see more things like that happen. Now, do I think Kuro Games would do something like that? Honestly, the big successful gacha games, I don't see them budging anytime soon, but if they do something like Shift Up and Blade a side game like that, like I would absolutely love a Punishing Grey Raven side game. Like a single player hack and slash, like it has to be that. That would be beautiful. That would be something that would, like, I don't get excited for games anymore. I don't really, like, I mildly look forward to them. But that would definitely well, I would still be cautious still, because you can never be too careful. But I would definitely put a smile on my face to see that be announced. I would love that. I want that out of it. Yeah, and they're doing Shift Up's doing it again. They're making another one, another Stellar Blade. So hopefully this becomes a thing. Like this. More action games this way? Yes, I would hope so. Like, that's a lot to hope for, but I don't know. I choose to believe. You see it happens, they better hop to it. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Alright, so. Seems to. Moveset changes depending on the orbs, yeah. Yeah, hopefully it happens someday, because I really, like, there's a lot of potential that would happen. But I will say, there's no way MiHoYo would ever do that. Like, I do not see MiHoYo.
Be mine to endure.
I do not see MiHoYo budging or doing anything like that, because the kind of fans that buy it, that would, like the MiHoYo fans will do anything. I don't really want to talk about those,
Come and face your
them and what they would be like, but let me just say, I don't believe MiHoYo. I don't trust them, and yeah.
not to perish, not to end. Abyss, bow before me.
Damn it.
Not to perish, not to end. Abyss, bow before me. My blade shall quench the fading light. Not to perish, not to end. Abyss, bow before me.
Would Kuro Games do their own regular game like Stellar Blade? Perhaps. They should. I would really like them to. Would MiHoYo do it? Doubt it, and I wouldn't really care anyways, because they're not really my style. And their style does not really catch my interests. I mean, Rail and ZZZ were good at first, but after a while they got to the point where I just lost interest. They stopped being intriguing.
Let the depths of hell be mine to endure.
Can't say that's happened with with this game, though. With this game, well, I haven't really experienced the story too much, but I've experienced a lot. And I'm not lying when I say there's this one chapter in the story that honestly, oh, this is one hell of a thing to confess. This one chapter in the story had me tearing up, honestly. Is it? You don't do the story, you mean you don't like the story balancing and such. Visually, visually, I'm fine with. I'm not super crazy about it, but I do like the visuals sometimes, but over a while, their stories and hell, even some of the characters is kind of, yeah. I don't know, it's just like after a while, the other games just go bad. Or at least for me, I lose interest because, I don't know, just get kind of cringe. Like the story. Like there was this one story in Star Rail that was literal. I'm not saying any allegories or anything. Like I say, there was this one story in Star Rail that was a monkey madness. Literally, not literally getting, literally going mad with the monkeys. Ugh, I'm done talking about MiHoYo. Sorry, but they're just, man. How can I say? I just think they're kind of cringe. And now they're making a Pokemon gotcha game. MiHoYo's Pokemon. Like, what the hell is that gonna be like? We're gonna have to roll for bonds? Like, that's a pretty draconian thought. Imagine Pokemon rolling gotcha for Pokemon.
My blade shall quench the fading light. Not to perish, not to end. Abyss, bow before me.
Well, if I games that do that to us, nothing bad about it. Yeah, I know. It's just that happened. Another time that happened to me is, well, it's all good to see. That's a pretty nasty taste. MiHoYo games was when I've learned the hard way
Be mine.
just how it's a vicious pit. Like spending in any of these games feels really bad. But in MiHoYo games, it feels horrible. Mm. Hmm. I mean, if MiHoYo were to do a regular game, a Stellar Blade of their own, like a ZZZ spin-off, that would be nice to see. But I just don't see it happening because, they really got a good racket going, and gacha games specifically, people just seem way too attached, so it's hard to see them budge anytime soon. I heard of this one story where a gacha game was going under, but then its fans rallied to save it. Yes, instead of, you know, that game could have ended up being just a normal game and probably get more people into playing it. Instead, it ended up surviving due to dedicated fans, and they gave them tons of gifts and tons of free polls for the anniversary of that game. I don't know much about that story, but that's what I heard. And honestly, I mean, first of all, that sounds pretty commendable, you know, fans coming together to save a game. But at the same time, it's just a little unfortunate. Because that's just like that's like saving a casino that's going under. Oh well. Oh, yeah, I didn't really talk about this game's combat system like I was trying to. Alright, go back in. Do a little multi-challenge. This is gonna be so easy because I'm pretty overpowered, but I think it will be.
And now,
Well,
I'm
you're
gonna
right.
play with you.
Alright, so is there anything else I want to say? But yeah. That was a pretty interesting topic, but basically, yeah, gacha game developers making spin-off normal, non-live service games, they have immense potential in what they can accomplish. Stellar Blade was, like, clearly the game's not perfect, but from what I've played, and I'm gonna get back to playing that when I'm done Lament of Innocence. That's their game. Nikkei is nothing like Stellar Blade. That game, I mean, in terms of story, there are vague similarities, like they're both post-apocalyptic, saving the Earth, fighting for the Earth, fighting for humanity. They both have that. But in terms of gameplay, they are nothing alike. So the fact that Shift Up made something that competent, a game that, you know, functions competently, and all that, and the amount of content I heard they put into it, like that, like, with how well they did, like, that is ultimately commendable. Might not be perfect, but certainly does work. An offline version of PCR. Yeah, I'd like that just as much. Yes, that's what Capcom did with X-Dive. Mega Man X-Dive. They have an offline version that you can still play today. I'll try it sometime, but I mean, the big summer sale is on now, so maybe I'll pick it up. Or maybe not. I could. I mean, it goes on sale for very cheap. Also, X-Dive, it's more than just Mega Man X. It's Mega Man everything, that game. Classic series, all of them. Every single Mega Man game shows up, unless there's some ancient obscure one I'm missing. I don't know, X-Dive has all... Yeah, they have an offline version of X-Dive which has all the characters, except the collab characters. So, no Dante X, Virgil Zero, no Monster Hunter. No Monster Hunter Reploids, none of that. Unfortunately, because of course not. Really? Yep. They did do that. Offline PTR? Now that would be pretty great. Never knew it had that much range, yeah. My only issue from what I saw, my only issue from what I saw in the screenshots in the store, like, let me go, let's take a look at that real quick. My only issue, what I see, is like here in the store. In this screenshot in particular, like, let me just to me because those crossovers from their own IP. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that is very strange. Like it doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. All right. So what is actually stopping it? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like you cannot tell. Like I do not believe. Like I'm not. Like I don't know for sure. Obviously, but I highly doubt Monster Hunter is like a Pokemon situation, like with Nintendo. Like Nintendo doesn't have full rights to Pokemon. But that cannot be the case with Monster Hunter and Capcom. Like that's beyond me. Especially not and sorry, sorry, my mic. I saw my mic peek there. Especially cannot be like that with DMC because Capcom definitely has the rights to DMC. You can't. It's ridiculous. But anyways, so we see here on the store page. My only concern with this game is that you still see, like, ignoring this abundance of characters, which is great, but I still see skill level, stats, stars, skill, rank up, all these extra things, and the two currencies here and there. Like, it does kind of give me a little bit of pause. It does give me a bit of pause, like just how what that this game. I mean, it's an offline version. Like it's probably gonna still be play like a gacha game, but I just wonder how good would that be like? How good would that go? But it's on sale for $16. Might as well find out, yeah? Anyways. But an offline PGR, well, I don't think PGR would suddenly go kaput because they seem to have it going they seem to have a good thing going. I still would also really enjoy that. But, the non-live service side game, like what Shift Up did, that's has a better chance of happening. Anyways, back to PGR. The combat system of this game. Alright, so you move around like this and you have your dash. A character like Dante here, Dante's not the best character to show this.
The flames shall reveal the destiny I bestow.
This game's combat system has these, see these blue things here? These are these orbs. This game is about attacking constantly. My level's too high. You attack constantly in this game to gather orbs. The more orbs you accrue, you get to activate your character's skill, and you want to line 3. You want to match 3 of the same color. They BTR's combat is literally a mix of an action game with Candy Crush. You match 3 to use a skill. The more you match, the stronger you can match. If you match 3, the skill becomes stronger. Some characters function the orb things pretty differently, to the point where fans got pretty upset that we're just making characters functionally lesser. Functionally lesser for the sake of newcomers, because for newcomers this system is pretty, I guess, turns them away, which is a little unfortunate. Alright, so, well, yeah. We're fine. Yeah, it's 12 to make sure. Don't mind me, I'm just getting equipable stuff. Damn. Yeah, and when you dodge at the right time, your dodge has a stamina gauge, so you can't spam it, unlike in Mario games. Your dodge here has a cooldown, and if you exhaust it, it has a longer cooldown till it rebuilds. And when you dodge at just the right moment, you activate Matrix, which is just witch time, as some of you would call it. And yeah, every character functions vastly different from one another. Like that character we were just trying out plays completely different. Dante and Virgil play like it's DMC. And that's pretty great to see. I mean, I don't know, when it came to that DMC card, the developers went up and beyond. And they also did a pretty good job with the new alpha here. I think that's enough PGR for tonight. Alright. I'll do just a bit more. We'll do one last thing. One little thing. And then I'll go. Just what? Putting the effort where it counts? Yeah. Like, like I heard they take their collabs pretty seriously, and that DMC collab, I did everything in that, and I can confirm that the, that Bison Grave and X Devil May Cry 5, because, you know, the designs, no, that's the 5th one, was done, like these developers, PGR, were clearly fans of DMC. Like, it shows. Like, I actually felt. Oh, hey, 007 Hello Kitty. That's a great name. Hello. We're almost done right now, but I'll be doing one last thing before leaving. What's something I can, do like, does it? Oh, um, hmm. I was thinking of playing that demo for that indie game Jungle Rod again, because I kind of, no, I'm too rusty now. I can't do my fast run. Oh, oh boy. Yeah, a lot has happened since last time. Alright, I'm gonna go with the default option here and just play DMC4. This is a game I know. What the hell happened? What the hell happened? My stream got messed up. What on earth? Ah, oh grief. Fast run, did you end up speedrunning the demo for? Sort of. Fast run, I don't know what. Yeah, I kind of got the bit of a speed timing on Jungle Rot. Like I kind of hold on, it's not showing up. There we go. We're playing DMC4 yet again. Guys, because of how I'm very familiar with this game, so I'll be able to talk. I'll be able to talk without worrying about being distracted. Anyways, so you'll never believe this, but there's a certain game I bought. I bought a certain game that's kind of got pretty cool. I got to move fast. I always got that nailed down like the OG survival horror games. Yeah, it's yeah. I don't use. I can't say. I don't usually do that. Well, okay. First of all, I haven't played classic Resident Evil yet, but I would not. I mean, I kind of did. Actually, no, I did do that for the remakes. Of course I did. Sorry, I said I wouldn't get distracted. I wouldn't get distracted, but here I am. It's Blitz, what you expect. I don't really speed run or anything like that. I was gonna say I don't do that. I didn't do that for the remakes, but I did. Those remakes were strangely, I don't know, I was hooked in a not good way. Like I wasn't really enjoying it, but I couldn't exactly stop playing them. Strange, I know, but I don't really, after I was done with them, I never really picked them up again. Oh, I figured that boss wasn't too. I didn't forget. I knew it was coming. I just underestimated the blast radius. I had a feeling I was gonna hit. These guys are. There. Him. Just getting the blast radius. I underestimated the blast radius. Anyways, I bought a certain game not long ago. This may give you shock, but I actually bought Monster Hunter Wilds. I know I've been kind of having a bit of a fit with that game and just how, how it's horribly dysfunctional on PC, but guess I'm not getting it to work. And it does work! I've played it a little. I haven't played too much of it, but from what I've played, it does run much, much better. Everything is set to pretty low, so it does look kind of off. Look pretty off, but it looks fine enough. And it actually runs much better than those benchmarks and demo. Heard a bit more about the cinematic experience now too. The story is from when I saw a video. Alright, here's something I want. Alright, so this is pretty good video I watched. There's this guy on YouTube, Heavy Wings. He's a big Monster Hunter fan, clearly. And I've been watching his videos lately, and they're pretty good. There's this one this is near 2-hour video he did about streamlining in the Monster Hunter series. The streamlining apocalypse, and he goes over how the games got more and more streamlined. Now, have you ever heard of this term, Monster Fighter? It's a term in the Monster Hunter community that they use to basically keep a game in check. A game that's Monster Fighter is more about fighting the monster than hunting it. Like Monster Hunter has all the crafting and preparations. Like monsters have these abilities such as tremors, roars, wind pressures, and all that. And then there's the terrain. Like, that's part of the Monster Hunter experience. But a Monster Fighter is a game that takes those away and makes it more and more about fighting the monster than anything else. And you can imagine people label a game like Monster Hunter World with that. And of course, they definitely stuck that. They definitely started throwing the Monster Fire allegations to Monster Hunter Rise, which was definitely unusual. The series, definitely a first for the series. Damn it, you. I was about to. Sorry. Like you had to make paint mark bosses in the past. Yeah. The thing is, in World, you collect tracks and your scout flies point away, which is not exactly a big over correction. Like, that works all the same. Like, you're collecting tracks to hunt the monster. Like, that fits just fine. I don't exactly like the way they went about it, but that's important. Yeah. And Wilds, it definitely reached a boiling point with the fans, but it was able to beat the allegations still, because in Wilds, this terrain, the most key factor in the Monster Fighter allegation is that if you were to remove the locale and replace it for an arena, which Monster Hunter does have, how different would then, like, would the locale and the arena be any different? Like, would the game feel any different without that locale? Like, that's the biggest point. Like, that's the biggest deciding factor in the Monster Fighter argument. So for a game like Wilds, it can get a pass, and I'd say so too, because the locales, like, you traversing your way to the monster, it's its own little task. Plus, like, all the environmental stuff that goes on there. Wilds was marketed as the true successor to World, and people just saw Rise as a spin-off side game. However, there was a lot of potential with Wilds, like these big open areas and this and that, and thunderstorm in the plains, heavy downpour in the swamp. Like, imagine the effects those would have on you. I have not experienced those yet, but from this video I have learned. I watched this video before I bought the game. I bought the game because it was on sale, and with the announcement of the expansion, I decided I might as well see for myself just, how do I feel about this game, because it's clear this game is... Wilds has definitely issues. Because Monster Hunter Wilds gets straight to it.
You may jest, but the kindest fate I offer is to unify.
It doesn't beat the Monster Fighter allegations, from what I've seen in this video. Because you have this new... You have this this new creature that you ride on. It can't fight, but it certainly can help you travel. It can when you're riding that thing, you can activate autopilot. Come on, the deep sail a few weeks ago, yeah. Dang it. Damn it. Him. The locales. And Wilds don't really matter too much with your new sacred feature companion. Because this thing has an autopilot, and some players call this their taxi or Uber. Because it might as well be, because it can take you directly to the monster's location. Like, tracking the monster is more obsolete in Wilds, because this thing can just take you directly to the monster. Let's just end this. Yeah, so imagine that. Now you can just ride your new mount and just go directly to the monster.
I think that look suits you better.
Start towing down crafting 2 at this point. Don't worry, they already did. You can now save investigations. And some of those upper tier investigations guarantee rare materials, such as gems. The grind has become very minimalized. They streamlined so much that now it really is just about fighting that monster. And what's the point of finding your way to the monster when your mount can just take you there automatically? It really is your taxi and Uber. Also, another thing about this sacred is that it can carry an extra weapon, so you can just hot swap a weapon while you're on it. So you almost have some TMC weapon swapping. Almost, not quite. It's just the second one, so it's more like the original version of 3. While you're on that mount. But it's there. I mean, that's not a major thing, but still. It's pretty crazy. They actually did that. On top of that, meals, food you eat, getting those buffs, are time-based, so they will last longer. You can eat a meal anywhere now, because you can accept quests while out in the locales, because they want you to be in the fields. Now that on its own is I wouldn't say it's too much of an issue, because, I mean, staying out in the, because, it's wild. Stay out in the field and do some work. Pick up quests there, like, doesn't sound so bad, but it gets even more ridiculous. You can, you can eat meals whenever you want, even in the middle of battle. It's risky, but you can do that. You can eat a meal in the middle of battle. Wait, this isn't the stage I was thinking about. On top of that, what else? Um, oh yeah, those weather effects, like the heavy downpour in the swamp, and the lightning storm in the plains. In that video, he also says they also don't matter. Don't want to commit to under fantasy, might as well remove it already. That's the thing. Now, that's the problem here, like, they're making they're streamlining a game for the normies. Boss Rush game does sound stream too. That's the thing, Monster Hunter was always a boss rush game. It was just doing its own unique thing. But now they're moving so far away in the name of that, that casual audience, that new audience they were talking about. They keep talking about the audience they amassed through Worlds. From Monster Hunter World. and they said world's records did not have an effect on them, but it absolutely did. Because if you look at the way Wilds turned out, it shows, like, Worlds did well. Like, Monster Hunter Worlds streamlined the game, so that those casuals, people who don't play Monster Hunter, could get into the series. Because, you know, old Monster Hunter was very... It wasn't the most accessible thing out there. And he says, like, the developers said they were still confident in their game, but it was clear the records of World only scared them. Like, their streamlining. I don't know. It's just kind of I mean, it's all just kind of a mess. Like, this is what happens when, you know, like, it's the westernization of Monster Hunter. Like, they've been adopting more Western, you know, design philosophies as these details in the video. And it has worked in a good, favorable way. Like, to a weird extent, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. It is made like that. But it benefits the game in all the right ways. Same with World, like, sure, some aspects like the stupid walkie-talkies sections, not so much, but definitely was done well. Because, you know, even though I wasn't too crazy about World, I'm still gonna finish it, and it's still... I wouldn't say it's bad, like, it still has... No bars, just big class and fight. Change from classic Monster Hunter. Yeah. Big class and fight. I mean, a lot of what you're saying, that is technically Monster Hunter is built upon. It is there. That is the game. It's just a prep. There's just a big preparation to it. You know, it's unique edge. But they traded Monster Hunter's uniqueness in the name of sales and all that. I mean, you know the Palico? Your little cat companion? How you can customize its class and all that? In Wilds, it can be everything at once. Alright, you can have all the skills. Your cat can be a healer, support, attacker, everything. Your customization is non-existent because your cat can just do everything at once. They later added the option to turn certain abilities on and off, but why would you? You're just limiting yourself when your cat could be, you know, so much more. Because it has everything at once. No. As I was saying, the weather effects, like, reminds me of DMC3 to DMC4 discussion. I don't think I ever heard of that. What's that like? But it is indeed. There's an argument to be made that having all the styles is bad. Oh yeah, okay, I get it now. Yeah, I can see why. Okay. Okay. I can see why. I can see that. Having more, having more to believe. Having to commit to a style in 3 led to more deliberate player choice, adaptation, planning. Yeah, I can see why some people were exactly thrilled with the. I can see. Surprisingly, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I've never really played DMC 3 in the regular one style mode. I'm going to when I cover it, because yeah, I have to cover DMC 3. Like, I absolutely have to. That's. In case you didn't know, that one is my favorite. In fact, DMC 3 goes to. It stands next to Smash Bros. In games I like. Like, I play second place because the amount of fun I have playing with others in Smash is more is it definitely goes beyond the fun I have playing by myself. But when I want to have fun by myself, I can always count on DMC3 to be a blast. Start with the Switch version is 3 specifically. Yes, at the time that was my only option. Like, I saw it for sale. During a co-op sale, co-op game sale, imagine. And I decided, and I knew, I didn't know, I never played DMC before, but I knew what the series is like, so I figured, might as well try. And I wasn't too crazy about the game at first, but over time I really grew to love it, and yeah. And the co-op mode is, and the co-op blade balance is pretty fun, enjoyable. I just wish, yeah, I just wish we get like a co-op campaign in one of these games. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Like, the co-op mod in 5 is nice and all. There's a co-op mod for this one here, this DMC4, but the camera is fixated on just player 1, so that's pretty difficult to work with. Player 2 reminds me of Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS, because that's kind of how it works there. But yeah. But I will be playing, but I will not be using any mods for when I talk about DMC3. When I review it, I was saving my, one style, my vanilla mode playthrough for when I got that PS2, but I didn't keep it because I was too worried about the stuff I found on it, and yeah. It's a shame. But, one day I'll maybe get a real one. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty interesting. Like, I don't think it's gonna be too vastly different, but it will be. I think it's gonna be fun. But I keep trying to say, the weather in Wilds. I saw the weather. There's a weather system in Monster Hunter Wilds, and guess guess what? The lightning storm in the plains? Nothing. Negligible. if lightning hits you during a lightning storm in the plains, it does nothing, and the chances of it hitting you are very slim. The heavy downpour and rushing high waters in the swamp do nothing to you. World has high water areas that slows your movement with a skill specifically to counter that. So it seems like the weather system was streamlined before it could even before we even got to. What else did I do in that game? You can create subcamps. Subcamps were a feature in World and Rise. But in Wilds, you can set them up in stuff like monster territory. And there's a chance the monster could destroy that subcamp. And you know what Capcom did? They streamlined that feature out a bit. Real-time streamlining. The game does not give you any sort of difficulty or inconvenience. Everything, like I have not yet experienced that, but that video detailed everything pretty well. Everything has been streamlined to the point where there's no inconvenience or struggle to really have. The only difficulty is in the battles with monsters. Even those are kind of underwhelming. They've lately been adding tougher monster challenges that don't hand gems like candy. And they're apparently really good. Like, there's this one part in the video that I really liked, where he said, the Monster Hunter developers may have lost the plot, but they have not lost the sauce. Because they still make a pretty good, fun, and they still have pretty fun fights. But that's the key word, fights. This game really is. The game has really become Monster Fighter. And it's a shame because Wilds has like a lot. From what I've seen, it looked like it had a lot of potential. Like the weather system, especially, like a pretty in-depth weather system. That would have been really nice. But oh well, we'll have to wait and see what the expansion will do. But they gotta take the criticism and do something about it. There's something about the way they've gone about the game. Because, see, the sales, like, he also spoke about Wilds' sales have definitely dropped off. Like, compared to Monster Hunter World and Rise, who sold millions and millions afterwards. Rise sold millions, we know that. However, it started selling million, like 1 million, like after the big launch, like after the big honeymoon phase, you know? The sales slowed down a lot. He says, like, he argues that in the game, like, people will do, I forgot. I'll go and check those numbers. I see. Ah, yes. 11 million. Is that now total? But the thing is that Wild has not sold as well as the last two. Like, at first, it sold a lot, but it's not like this continuously good streak compared to the last two games. Like, it's not still going as good. Like, the bad performance on, like, the horrendous launch on PC, as well as all the streamlining, because he argues people will power through 10 million its first month, yeah. But we're talking about like afterwards, like took a nosedive soon after. Yeah, that's what he said in the video. He says he argues that people would do their best to power through the hardware limitation or hardware costs. You know, the performance troubles. Solely pure will, goodwill of world. Yeah, but I mean it's Monster Hunter. The games are pretty good. I'd say like those trailers, like it showed like this game was gonna be more than it actually was. Not exactly like Netflix's DMC, where they're just lying to you. Like this game could have been like wow, it's definitely had some amazing potential, but it's been squandered because I don't know, Capcom wanted the Horizon Zero Dawn audience. Oh yeah, another thing about it is that all the stories, he said all the story related stuff in Wilds is done through walkie-talkie sections. Wonderful. And what else? After something else. Oh yeah, they brought no, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate has this endgame super endgame super boss, Gog Mazios. It's a pretty good fight. And they brought him back in a title update for Wilds. I must go up. Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, this big, this pretty super boss, I guess. One of the final boss fights in 4 Ultimate, Gogmazios, has returned in a title update, a free title update for Wilds. And that's pretty cool. However, he also pointed out that there are no indicators in what this monster is gonna do, like his power being in check or anything like that. Like, you are told, the NPCs tell you constantly the status of the fight. Unlike, instead of visual cues and all that. And he says it makes him dread what would happen if they bring back other big monster fights like Darren Moron, Jen Moran, or Dalamadur. Dalamadur from 4 and 3. Well, mostly 4. Because those fights were pretty good. Large, you know, those fights are different. They're like large scale hunts against giant monsters. But in Wilds, the NPCs tell you the cues. Like, you know, no, like, forget about learning the timing and getting visual cues. You're just told when. You get an audio cue with a heads up from another character, which is, you know, pretty nasty. And there's the big thing to the combat where you can aim your melee attacks, which is interesting. But he argues the biggest, and I think this is a lot more valid concern, is that the biggest thing that kind of messes up the challenge of the combat is wounds. As you can wound monsters in wilds, which is like tenderizing with a clutch claw in world. Only wounds can cause monsters to fall over and stagger and all sorts of things. Minions act as tutorial. Yeah, and the worst part is that after the tutorial segment, they're still shouting out things to you. Same happened in World, to a lesser degree. It wasn't as egregious from what I've heard. From what I've seen, it's not as egregious. I mean, they say things like Royal Latria. I haven't. Just know I'm pretty behind when it comes to World. But I'll get there. During the Electron battle, they say he's gonna do that Eschaton Judgment move. Like, it's pretty obvious he's doing it, so it doesn't really matter there. But, yeah. So hopefully with the expansion, they'll design it in a way that's better. Like, it's not all bad. Like, I think it's gonna be still enjoyable. Like, again, the thing about the game is that there's still fun to be had. And also, here's another thing. The hunter, our character, is now fully voiced. Like like my guy. He's actually engaged in conversations with the other characters. Full sentences, which is kind of neat to see. Alright, this model is not responding. But yeah. I have hopes for. Yeah, hopefully, what I'm hoping is that the expansion will more or less right the wrongs. Not everything, obviously, but they can definitely go about the battles and all of that a lot better. You know, like challenge us. Like the expansion, that means master rank. Better have a better challenge there. Also, here's another thing about the expansion. In the trailer, yeah, that means they're really leaning into the story more and more. Yeah. But unfortunately, the story just isn't too interesting. They did go pretty far with the story in 4 Ultimate, but they did a good job with it where it wasn't like an overly cinematic thing. That's how the player themselves making their own experience. Yeah. The Hunter did not speak in 4 in Boss Hour 4, but there was a cohesive narrative that really gave 4 just perfect pacing. Oh yeah. That's another game that I highly rate. Most Hour 4 Ultimate. I'm gonna have to talk about that one sometime. But that one is very nice. Very nice indeed. Speaking of 4, the new area in the expansion coming for Wilds. You've seen it. By the way, how was that? So, how was your Summer Games Fest? Because I did a stream for it. I deleted it because it just wasn't too great. But also, I got like 4 copy strikes. Yeah, I was pretty. There's a lot of up and downs in Summer Games Fest for me, but I would say it was a lot more positive feeling than I would have been. Like, there's a lot of things that I did genuinely find appealing. I don't really like the look of the new Resident Evil, but I do. But, obviously the highlight for me was Shift Up's Stellar Blade sequel. But but I do kind of like, but I did think it was pretty cool to see the Final Fantasy VII remake. I haven't played those. I'm not touching remake. Rebirth I might consider, but I think the file size is absurd on that one. But I do know. I do know. I did play the original Final Fantasy VII, and I know that this third game, the final part of the remake trilogy, where they're gonna have the weapons, the giant creatures. And I was like, I want to see the spectacle they will go with those. So, yeah, maybe we'll stick to the very end, but I have to take off for the day now. Oh, yeah, we're gonna. No, don't worry. I was about to. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I was planning on just wrapping up now. Yeah, I should probably go now. Yeah, enjoy. Thanks for coming by. And yeah, same. See you next time. So, bye. And this model is